أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Chapter 4, Remembrance. Part 1. Being engrossed in the remembrance of Imam alayhi salam. Another effect and sign of Imam alayhi salam's recognition is remembering them on different occasions. In fact, this remembrance should be perpetual, as this is the effect of the love of Imams alayhi salam. When a person is attached to someone intensely, he is not oblivious to him and remembers him constantly. The more intense the attachment, the harder it is for him to forget the person, till such a time that the remembrance of the person becomes etched in the heart and an inseparable part of his existence. Therefore, those who have faith and recognition of Imam Ajrallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif in occultation, wherein they are deprived of seeing him, they must never forget him in their hearts. A person asked Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam about the 20th verse of Surah Luqman, and apparent and hidden bounties are completed upon you. Imam alayhi salam said, apparent bounties is the apparent Imam, and the hidden bounty is the hidden Imam. When the narrator asked, do the Imams alayhi salam go into occultation? Imam alayhi salam declared, yes, he gets concealed from the eyes of the people. However, his remembrance does not disappear from the hearts of the believers, and he will be the 12th from us. It is possible that the unbelievers may forget Imam alayhi salam because they do not know him, but the one who knows him and recognizes him and has his mastership cannot forget him. In occultation, the attachment of the believer with his Imam should be so strong that nothing should make him oblivious of his presence and nothing should hinder him from Imam's remembrance. To quote Ayatullah Sayyid Muhammad Taqi Musawi Isfahani Rahmatullah Alayh, the author of Mikyalul Makarim, Fi Fawaidud Dual il Qaim, the believers are in various grades and levels in the remembrance of their master. Their grade is in direct proportion to their level of faith, recognition, and certitude. The condition of some of the believers in remembering their master is such as the poet declares, Allah knows that I don't remember you, because how can I remember you when I never forget you? Mikyalul Makarim, Volume 2, page 358. Then the author elaborates on how we can enliven the remembrance of Imam Ajrallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif day and night. We have translated below the relevant passage. When you mourn, remember that this life that Allah has gifted you is with the blessing and meditation of Imam Ajrallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. So thank Allah and Imam Ajrallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif for it. And be careful not to employ this bounty in actions for other than Allah's satisfaction, because by earning Allah's displeasure, you are aggrieved and burdened. Then, when you are in a place of sin and disobedience, remember that your Master is observing you in that condition. Then, out of his respect and honor, abandon the sin. Similarly, if you come across a good action, then take precedence in acting upon it, and understand that it is a bounty from Allah's side that He has bestowed out of our attachment with our Imam Ajrallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. Thank Allah for it and gift it to Imam alayhi salam by performing it in a manner befitting it. Thus, request Imam alayhi salam like the brothers of Yusuf, pleading, O chief, distress has afflicted us and our family, and we have brought scanty measures. So give us full measure and be charitable towards us. Surely Allah rewards the charitable. Surah Yusuf, verse 88. And be humble and fearful of him, like a slave who lowers his head before his master. Every morning and evening salute him with the salutation of a slave who is eager to see his master and who melts in pain due to his separation. Salute him with the sincerity of one who is so moved with this separation that tears flow down his cheeks, and he is aware that he is standing in the presence of his master. When the time of namaz draws near, remember the condition of your master as he stands in front of his Lord. Follow your master with the presence of heart and a humble gait, closing your eyes to everything except Allah, and understand that the tawfiq for this has come only with the blessings of your master. This worship is not accepted from you except with your master's consent. After you have obeyed him and acquired his recognition, as your recognition of Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif increases, Allah will enhance your status, reward, and rank near Himself. When you are finished with namaz, make Imam alayhi salam a mediator between Allah and yourself, so that He accepts that namaz out of your love and attachment towards Him. And when you raise your hands for supplication, begin by asking for His relief before your own, because He has the highest authority over you, and His favors upon you are boundless. When you are confronted with a seemingly impossible situation with no way out, plead your case in front of Him and wail before Him, so that He may mediate with Allah for the solution of your problem. He is, after all, a means towards Allah's satisfaction and a door towards His mercy. We have been commanded to enter the house only from its doors. Wa'tul buyuta min abwabiha. Enter the house from its doors. Surah Baqarah, verse 189. Tradition from Mikyalul Makarim, Volume 2, page 443 444. If someone has even a little recognition of Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, he knows that remembering Imam alayhi salam is among the highest form of worship, and it is due to its importance that we have been commanded to beseech Allah thus: "Wala tunsena zikrahu." O Allah, don't make us forget His remembrance. Kamaluddin, chapter 45, tradition 43. Remembrance of Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif means immersing oneself in his remembrance, as well as constantly discussing and reflecting on his condition. The first condition is spiritual in nature, while the second is external. The first condition is for man himself, while the other is for those around him. Man should always be in search of reasons to enliven Imam's remembrance for himself and his friends. Part 2. Attending gatherings in remembrance of Imam alayhi salam. Our Imams have encouraged organizing and participating in gatherings for the remembrance of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says to Dawood bin Saran, "O Dawood, convey my salam to my friends and give them my message. May Allah have mercy upon a servant who, when he is with some other person, mentions about our affair. In such a situation, the third among them is an angel who seeks forgiveness for them. No two persons gather for remembering us except that Allah takes pride in them over His angels. Whenever you gather, proceed with our remembrance, because your gathering and your remembrance is to enliven our affair, and the best after us are those who discuss about our affairs and invite towards our remembrance. Biharul Anwar, Volume 1, page 200. It is indeed noteworthy that how much blessing and good fortune exists in organizing gatherings for the remembrance of Ahlul Bayt alayhis salam. Thus, if a gathering is organized and due to negligence and inattention, the remembrance of Ahlul Bayt alayhis salam is overlooked, then one can only imagine the misfortune and remorse of those participating in that gathering. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, every gathering that is organized in which Allah's remembrance and our remembrance is missing, that gathering will be a cause of regret to its organizers. Usul Kafi, Kitabul Iman wal Kufr, chapter of necessity of Allah's remembrance in all gatherings, tradition 2. Remembrance of Imam alayhi salam is enlivened by discussing their limitless virtues and indescribable calamities, and that too in their own words and traditions. That is why it is highly recommended that believers should visit each other frequently to discuss the extraordinary traits and life sketches of the Imams alayhi salam. The aim behind this recommendation is that they should be engaged in the narration of the excellence and tribulation of the Imams alayhi salam. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam exhorts, visit each other because that enlivens the heart and is the medium of remembering our traditions. Because our traditions make you merciful towards each other. Therefore, if you act on it, you will get guidance and find success. And if you leave it, you will be deviated and get destroyed. Therefore, take benefit from our traditions, and I guarantee that you will find success. Usul Kafi, Kitabul Iman wal Kufr, chapter of discussion with the brothers. Tradition 2. Surely, acting on the traditions of Imam alayhi salam is not possible without Allah's guidance and good fortune. Gatherings and assemblies organized for the remembrance of Imam alayhi salam is one medium to achieve this guidance and good fortune. In reality, remembrance of Imam alayhi salam is food for the heart and soul. For Allah has made mastership and love of the Imams a foundation for the enlivening of the hearts. Hence, one who wishes to keep his heart alive should keep mastership alive in his heart. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam asked Fuzail, do you sit and narrate traditions for each other? Fuzail replied, yes. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, I like such gatherings. Then, O Fuzail, keep our affairs alive. May Allah have mercy on the one who keeps our affairs alive. O Fuzail, one who remembers us or our mention is made in his presence, then if tears flow from his eyes, even to the extent of the wing of a fly, then Allah will erase all his sins, even if they are to the extent of the foam of the ocean. Biharul Anwar, Volume 44, page 282, Tradition 14. This crying may be due to intense love and restlessness of the heart, or due to the severe grief and separation from Imam Ghaib alayhi salam, or due to strong attachment to and mastership of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Regardless of the reason, crying purifies the heart and washes away the sins, no matter how sinful he may be. Imam Raza alayhi salam says, one who remembers our calamities, then cries and makes others cry, his eye will not cry on the day when other eyes will be crying. Anyone who sits in the gathering wherein our affairs are enlivened, his heart will not die on the day when the other hearts will die. Biharul Anwar, Volume 44, page 278, Tradition 1.